Hey guys, how's it going? So it's been about a week and a half since I've been outside riding. Um, my wife and I took a family vacation from Beijing to Xi'an last week, and we were only going to go for a few days, but we're having such a good time. Family decided to have us there longer, so which was really good. We haven't had a true vacation in quite a while. Um, and a lot of good experiences. I got to go see the Terracotta Warriors, which was absolutely mind blowing. Just the whole history, and the thing I found so fascinating was just how only recently it's been discovered or rediscovered. You know, um, and by recently I mean was in the 50s, 80s, somewhere within there. It was actually discovered by a farmer looking to drill a well, and then they covered it back up and didn't tell anyone. And then it was discovered like in the 80s, and now it's become this thing that 10 million people a year go visit. Absolutely mind blowing. Just the amount of history that's underneath Xi'an that they don't even want to try uncovering yet, because the logistics of dealing with that is costly and time consuming. Not to mention it's a major city in China, so it caused a lot of congestion if they were to start bringing some stuff out of the ground. Uh, but yeah, just that it could take sometimes up to an entire year or more to restore just one terracotta warrior. Whew, that's dedication, man. So we got to go to one of the main Buddhist temples in China, just out of Xi'an there, and that was mind-blowing. I mean, the size of the new temple that they've built there, the new shrine. They put like a couple $1 billion into building this thing, and then what's so important about this temple is the old temple, when they were rebuilding it after it had collapsed, they discovered in the basement that there was a relic of the Buddha, Siddhartha. Can't remember if there's a couple relics or just one, his finger, but there's at least his finger. And apparently that only comes on display a couple times a year. We weren't there at that time of year, which was quite obvious because we had the whole place almost to ourselves. But normally during the holidays, oh, I bet you can't see anything. But it's just one of those places that I could sit in that old temple and just watch and listen to the monks chant all day long. It was so peaceful. But yeah, we were there all week, and then come last weekend, I don't know, it's just feeling really off. I was feeling really off mentally, physically, emotionally. I just didn't feel like myself. I don't really know what was up with that. I mean, we had a really good trip. Really enjoyed actually taking the hard sleeper back from Xi'an. We took the bullet train there and then the hard sleeper back. And I like the hard sleeper for those longer trips. It's like a party. Everyone gathering around everyone else's bottom bunk, laughing, sharing food. That was great. Got a decent night's sleep. Not too bad. Well, I was really worried about coming out today. I got a really late start, and it's like, what, 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock, something like that right now. It's just like, I don't know, after I take so much time off the bike, and I know a week and a half doesn't sound like a lot of time, it just it's hard to get back into the groove, back into the routine. It's like, I had it made gel. So it's like, I don't have enough fuel to go. So, let me make some gel. Oh, I should probably film making some gel because everyone's been bugging me to see how I make my gels. And it's just one thing after another. Next thing you know, it's 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. And it's 35 degrees out. Fortunately, over here, it's about 5 degrees cooler. I've actually taken you guys through this part of the gorge before. If you check out the video of right up here, that was back in March maybe, coming through this gorge before all the foliage was all coming back in. It made it a lot easier of a descent back then than today's descent on the one climb that I do. I couldn't see through the corner on that descent. So even though I know it really well, it's been a little while since I've done it. And I had to really slow down because I couldn't see all the way through. Oh, everything's open here. Nice. Last time we were here, it was all closed. Under normal circumstances, I'd maybe stop and have like a Coke or something if I was with a couple guys, but it's just me today, so we'll continue on. Wow, what a beautiful day. So glad I came out. I was so close to not doing it. What changed everything? It's gonna sound silly. I put sunscreen on. I was trying to talk myself out of coming, and I just said, you know what, I'm just gonna put sunscreen on and then we'll see how things go. And once I put the sunscreen on, I was like, well, that's it, I already did the hardest part, let's go. So maybe that's a trick for me when I don't feel like going riding. Just wake up and put sunscreen on. That'll get me out the door, apparently. I mean, my wife's family that we have here in China is just so nice, so accommodating, so welcoming. It's really awesome. Having celiac disease, it's really hard for me to eat when we travel, especially. And one of the family members owns a restaurant, so she was able to make sure that everything was cooked safely for me. And I had the most amazing chicken in my life. Oh my god. It's a Cantonese restaurant, and they fly in the chicken from Canton, and these chickens are fed only on veggies and fruit. And oh my gosh, you can taste the difference, especially in the fat. I can't even describe it. And the way they cooked it with they have onions and garlic and some other root vegetable that's really bitter. But the garlic tastes like potato. It was so soft and so delicious. Oh my god. Oh, sorry. Now I'm hungry. We came back from this amazing vacation, and I immediately felt off the very next day. I thought I was fine. And then just like one thing triggered me, and it's like my entire mental health just fell down a tube. And it took me the whole weekend to crawl back out. I still feel off, and I can't place my finger on exactly why it is. So that's something that I'm working on and actively looking for some solutions and help for. Cycling definitely does help me. It's a lot worse if I don't cycle. I do cycle to keep my mental health in check. But yeah, I've been looking into this app called Livin'. My wife uses it, and she's really likes it. And honestly, I've seen a really big difference in her mental health since she's been using it. So I think I'm going to start using that, because I did not like the place that I was in when we got back from vacation. I don't know what was up with that. It just felt like I couldn't do anything right. It's like we had this amazing time, but then after the fact, when we were back, all I could see was the negatives, and not the negatives of the trip or the people, but like the negatives of, oh, I couldn't communicate hardly at all with her family because I haven't taken the time to learn the language yet. And I've only been here for 8 months or so, and I know it sounds like a long time, but it's not when you're moving your entire life internationally, selling everything, having to rebuy, learn a whole completely different system, and then you have the issue of just a change in difference in culture and politics, and it's just been a lot, guys. I don't think I sometimes realize how much it has been, and then not being able to talk to people this whole time. I'm not that extroverted of a person, but I'm definitely more extroverted than my wife, so I need those social interactions. So I need to find a way to actually put aside time every single day to learn. And I found a couple of different apps, and I'm looking into ones that are conversational based, so you actually have to speak, and then you get corrected by AI on your pronunciation and your usage of words. I'm hoping that's going to be a good way to do it. I've learned languages before, mostly Spanish, but that was in high school over a long period of time, and I really need something that's going to jumpstart me more. And yeah, flashcards and the more traditional HSK books and stuff will be helpful and will be a part of the process, but I need more than that. And you would think, being immersed in the culture and living here, that just the immersion would be enough to be able to start picking things up. But I don't live in downtown Beijing. I live rural, and most of my day is spent on the bike or at home. I'm not out in society. I'm not working a 9-to-5 job at a Chinese company. So I don't have that exposure, and I might try and find a way to get more of that exposure, because definitely I've noticed when I travel and these trips to see family, I come away and I can tell that I'm starting to pick up tones a little bit better and recognize certain words, and each time I start using more and more words. So definitely the exposure is helping, but that's only one aspect of it, though. Honestly, ever since I left undergrad, it's been really difficult to establish a group of friends, and I think a lot of people out there have the same issue, especially men. I'm not 40 yet, but I'm approaching that age, and it's not going to get any easier the older I get. That's shown through studies. So yeah, I think language is a key component to that for me now. Back in the US, there were other things that were holding me back. Speaking of making gels, you guys want to check out that video? It's right up here. I go through the whole process and what's in these. So yeah, sorry, not a big action-packed video for you guys today. Just kind of honest, raw look at some of the highs and some of the lows of being a foreigner in China. You know, it's just what my life is. Not going to sugarcoat anything or try to put on a face for these videos. You know, you're gonna get the raw me, and that's all I can do. I can't be anyone else. So, but I've got a big ride coming up on Saturday this weekend. Today's Wednesday, and I need to get back into cycling shape because I'm going with the bros again. And they're gonna put the hammer down on me. I was talking to one of them yesterday. He's like, "Oh, you haven't rode for a week?" Okay, well, here's what we're doing. I said, okay. So it sounds like we're gonna have some 20% steep climbs. I don't know, those are crazy. We'll see how that goes. Hopefully I can bring my fitness level back up high enough to hang with them on that ride without putting myself into the red before we even go on Saturday. So it's gonna be a fine balance. But anyway, appreciate you guys being here. Appreciate all of your comments, especially all you guys over on Bilibili. So if you don't know, I put these both on YouTube and Bilibili. And Bilibili, you guys have been so awesome. Most of you are watching from Beijing. And I really hope to be able to meet you guys on the road on a ride. In fact, I'm thinking maybe I'll host a ride, put together a ride where I ride down from Yinsing down to like the Ming Tombs or something. And then a bunch of us can go do the dog bone. I don't know the name of it, but if I have time, I'll put a picture of it here. We'll do that route together. So if that's something you're interested in, let me know in the comments. Even if you're on YouTube, let me know in the comments. And yeah, I'll figure out how to put together a WeChat group or something for us to organize that. I've got my birthday coming up soon, so maybe I'll do that on my birthday or something. It'll be a lot of fun to meet you guys. Anywho, until next time, take it easy, guys. See ya.